What it do, baby? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Hit me with a bruh if y'all can hear me. We got Jason in the building. Anderson Tech Repair 79. Shout out to you guys for tuning in. You got your book late, but it's all good. There's no such thing as late. You know, even though we wrapping up the book, you could always replay the old streams where we covered the CCNA topics and stuff like that. We're gonna be doing the CCNP version of this book in a couple. I know I've been saying about 2 or 3 weeks, but sometimes I'll do 1 lab a day, or I'll do 2 labs. It depends on how I'm feeling and stuff like that, or if I have my daughter or whatever. But if you're just tuning in for the first time, this is the lab guide we use. 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net. There's also a link in the description box below. I need to relaunch my Even G. I'm going to try to use Even G today, man. Now, the thing is, I wanted to see, just go ahead and drag and drop 2 routers just like this, right? Cable them up back to back, right? We're going to be working with ACLs and restricting Telnet using those ACLs and stuff, right? I'm going to go ahead and close this lab for now. You got to power these off, okay? Okay, let's see. Please work with me today. Even G, stop selected. Close the lab. Good. Sign out. Close. I need to relaunch the VM real quick, y'all. What is this again? What is it? I think it's shut down now. How you shut it down? Okay, good. All right. Y'all give me a second here. I'm just gonna relaunch the VM because I want it to work with secure CRT here. What was I doing? Oh, this is my study plan that I was telling you guys about. I said I'm gonna fill once I complete this. I'm gonna share it with you guys in the Discord server. In case you guys are not on the Discord server, here is an invite for it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop. Okay, you can hear me. We got Indrit in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. He was helping me out with Even G over there. What we got here? So yeah, this is the spreadsheet that I'm gonna be working with, right? This is the NRC one. Because I'm gonna be studying for both exams. I really don't have to take Encore because I took route exam, I took the switch exam, and that allows me to bypass the Encore exam, right? I didn't take T-shoot, so that's why I got to take the NRC exam, but on RC, there's a lot of topics in Encore, and I haven't studied for CCNP for a while. Y'all see I'm going back doing CCNA topics and stuff like that, just going back to the fundamentals. So there's a lot of new stuff that I'm going to have to go over the Encore. So that's why I'm studying for 2 exams, but really taking 1, which is the NRC exam. So as you can see, I went through the, basically I took the blueprint, right? Put it in this Excel spreadsheet and said where in the book that topic is located. So chapter 23 for SD-WAN stuff. We got, quality of service, chapter 14, et cetera, right? So I'm filling all of this out. I'm actually going through the book like with a fine-tooth comb, right? Filling it out and saying where I can find these topics at, right? Then I'm actually going through YouTube with a fine-tooth comb and getting topics on those, right? So, like, for example, we got virtual switching. I got this video from this guy right here. I think his name is Anderson Neal. He has a website called, I think, flatbox.com or something like that. And he goes over basic CCNA stuff. He does CCNP stuff too. So I have videos. So I have at least a minimum of 3 videos for each topic, right? And then, obviously, my favorite book, the 101 Labs book. I say where I can get, practice that topic in the book, right? I haven't gotten the CCNA, the CCNP one yet, so I haven't filled that one out. Then there's also the lab manual that I want to get, even though it hasn't been really, I haven't really seen a lot of good reviews. I've seen some decent reviews, but there's a lot of files that you have to have to actually use that book. Same thing with the NRC lab manual. And then obviously both on NetSim. Like I said, I was in talks with the marketing manager. They gave me a bunch of free promo stuff that I'm going to be giving away once I get to a certain amount of subscribers, and giving away some of that stuff. But they also gave me a copy that I can use on my own, which I'm going to be using on this channel and stuff like that, right? So y'all make sure y'all subscribe, spread the word, and let them know that the NetworkBruh is going to be giving a lot of free shit. And then also GNS3 Vault.com. I like that guy's website. This is Renee Molnar. He has a lot of labs using GNS3. So, like, let's say, for example, we wanted to practice, I don't know, VXLAN, right? I don't know if he has a topic on it or not, because that's pretty much a new topic in the Encore exam. Let's say trunking, right? We've done a lot of trunking, right? We obviously can find it in page 52, between 52 and 63 in the book. I think that's like chapter 1, so it's like right at the beginning. And then we can practice a lab on it on gns3.com. I'll just have to look for it and find out where it's at. I also got some learning resources there, so some white papers. So here's a page on on ISL trunking and 802.1q trunking. We talked about those differences, but there's also a white paper. I wanted to put a minimum of how many hours I'm going to put for each one, but I think I'm going to leave that blank. The learning scope, hands-on and or concept, and the learning group. So I will share this with you guys when I'm done with it. Like I said, I'm gonna try to fill all of this stuff out before I share. I can give it to y'all halfway done, but then y'all gonna have to look for the rest of this shit on your own if you want, or you can wait till I do the work for you. So again, I'm gonna do one for the Encore and also one for the NRC, and I plan on taking at least NRC at least by the end of the year. So we're almost wrapping up this book. Now let me go ahead and restart the VM like I said I was gonna do. Shout out to S Smooth in the building. Haven't seen you in a minute. Appreciate you for tuning in. Jason is waiting on a stig of the day from Professor Black Ops. If y'all know what that is, that's security technical implementation guide. So it's kind of like rules and stuff that you got to follow, right, and be compliant towards. How do I say? Make sure you follow the rules. Your company is following rules. Just like how they got like HIPAA rules for hospitals and shit like that. And they also have PCI compliance rules for like retails and stuff like that. STIGs are like the rules and shit that the Department of Defense and military has to follow, basically. The network at least, right? So I'm gonna power on this No. What did I need to do? I needed to change a file. I needed to change this file over here for secure CRT. Y'all, again, just drag and drop 2 routers. In the book, we're gonna be on page number 531, Lab B, restricting outbound telnet access using extended ACLs. So just drag and drop 2 routers rather, cable them up back to back. We don't have any serial cables with even G, so we ain't got to worry about that. This is why I like to use hardware too. So y'all give me a second. I just need to edit this file. I'm going to power on the VM. That's not what I wanted to do, not the properties. Edit with Notepad. I needed to change this file right here. Right? He said... What he said it was, I think it was Control F. There we go. Single, right? All right, there go this little file right here. I need to change that to a 1. Bloop. All right, and then close that right there real quick. Yes. Close that. All right, so now I'm gonna power on the VM. Y'all give me a second here. We got Professor Black Ops. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Who else we got in the building? We got Pete S, my man Pete S. Where Pete S at? I ain't see you, man. Oh, there you go, right there. Good day, good day. All right, so I'm powering on Eve and G. Yes, I'm trying to do a little something different. Y'all know I like to mix it up hardware sometimes. Sometimes I like to mix it up with GNS3. Although that switch, that layer 3 switch, hasn't been really friendly to me. So, bloop. Let's see here. Give me a second. Load up that file. Either way, I'm gonna work with this if this thing don't work. Basically, I'm trying to get Eve to work with Secure CRT. Or hold on, so OT, right, and then so he's loaded up. Let me go ahead and launch Eve. Where's he at? Right here. Didn't I put another folder there? Yeah, there you go. Right there. There's a new tab. Study. And he said, did I close that window? There you go. Study. Eve. Y'all know how I love my hardware. I would have had my hardware all spun up, ready to go, but that gives you guys time to catch up with me, right? Drag and drop 2 routers, right? Cable them up back to back. We said we're gonna do outbound telnet access. I haven't done this lab too, so we're gonna work on this together, y'all. And that's what I mean, man. This is like unscripted labbing. How the fuck you open this again? Now move to what the hell is the open button? How the fuck you open this, man? Shit. Close this right here. No. I don't want to select all. I just want this one right here. New lab. Move to. Delete. Refresh. Move to. Rename. Clone. Delete. Unbelievable. Listen, man. This is not very intuitive. Indrit over there. Let me see. Hold on for a second. Let's close this right here. He says cybersecurity. Okay, so Stig of the day. The firewall must not be listening for Telnet service. Telnet is an unencrypted service which can be easily exploited. Yep, because remember, when we put username and passwords and stuff like that, it's in clear text. So if you have a good, if you have a protocol analyzer or some kind of packet sniffer or something like that, you can easily read all that information and pretty much hack it. Can be easily exploited, especially when used over a public network such as the internet. Did Eve work last night? It did, but there was something that I was doing wrong with the lab, so I stopped halfway. I was like dumb tired, man. Listening for the people, block it. All right, so I'm trying to open up this lab. Don't I just double click it and then, oh, there it goes right there. I had to double click it, I guess. Open. All right, so cable them up back to back, right? Bloop, bloop. I want to actually change him to router 3, but I'm gonna leave him as router 2. That's all good. Let me do that. Let's do that, because in the book he's router 3, and I don't know why they did that, but who cares? R3, right? Right? Why would you do that? Why, Paul Brown? Are you just fucking with us? All right, so I got those guys cabled up back to back, right? Now I can power them back on. Right click, right? That's not how you do it. Y'all know I'm not used to GNS3, man. Start. Is he on? Start. Okay. All right. We working with something here. Double click router 1. Okay. He don't want to work with security CRT. So it's all good. We just gonna work with this plain black and white terminal. I tried, Indrid. I tried. You see, I tried. This shit ain't. It is what it is, man. All right. So router 3. Power him up. Drag them back to back. Let's see. Where's he at? Where's he at? Y'all see, man. And now he talking about he can't get online. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? All right, so drag and drop here. All right, looks like he's getting online. All right, y'all ready to go, man? Cable them up back to back, like I said. I'm just gonna make this little window a little bit bigger. And sorry for the terminal. Now we got a black and white screen because for some reason security CRT don't want to play with us today. And we'll just go with the defaults that even G has, man. All right, so task number 1. We only got how many tasks for this book? For this lab, rather. Y'all can go ahead and get started without me. Don't wait on me now. If anything, you don't want me to catch up to you because I'm not that. I haven't done this lab yet. It's 6 tasks in here, right? We gotta configure the host names. He's probably already gonna be router 1, and he's probably gonna be already router 3. Go log out and choose native console. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Why'd you choose? I didn't know that. I'm going to nuke my Eve and reinstall everything. Okay, now I see what you're saying. Let me do this real quick, y'all. Let me do this real quick. I'm glad he was watching. Let's do this. I'm going to stop this guy. I thought it was HTML5. Somebody told me to do that, but I'm glad you was watching, man. All right, so I'm going to close this lab. Let's log out. Log back in with the native console. Restricting outbound. Open. He's cabled up. Double click. Start. Console. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so all right, my bad. That's what I was looking for, man. The native console. Okay, good. I'm glad you was there. All right, so now let's wait router 3 up. Console into him. Put them windows back to back. Now that's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. Appreciate you. Shout out for the Indrid for helping me out with this application, because y'all know I'll be giving up on even G here. Objective of this lab is for us to learn and learn how to create and apply extended access control lists. So pretty much what we did yesterday, except now we're going to be restricting Telnet access. And like Professor Black Ops said, Telnet is a protocol that we use to remote into devices, right? But the problem is it's unencrypted traffic. So we can put in our username and password to log on to this device, but if somebody can intercept that traffic, they can read all the shit that we just typed in, right? And saw that the network password was Cisco and the password and the username was admin. We don't want that, right? We want to try to use at least SSH, but for the sake of this lab, we're gonna use Telnet, but we're gonna use ACLs to kind of like filter the traffic, right? And ACLs are what? Access control lists, right? So we got router 1 power on. Task 1 was to configure the host names, which they're probably already going to be router 1 and router 3. Task 2 was to do the IP addressing. So hopefully I got the book. If not, I'm going to put some labeling on here just so you guys can see what IP addresses are what and where the networks lie and stuff, right? Let's do this. Let's do that. I'm going to just do that for now, right? But I'm not going to do this very often. I'm just hoping y'all get the book 172.16.1.1/26, right? Get rid of that. I didn't tell you to do all that. Eve. I just like to blame everything on Eve, man. Just like in bad relationships, man. I got a flat tire, I just blame it on my girlfriend. Why do I do that, man? Oh, man. All right, so that guy is going to be 172.16.1.1. And then I'm going to put another text. This guy is going to be 172.16.1.2/26. Right? Y'all with me so far? Oh, come on, man. Come on, Eve. All right. I hope y'all can see this, too. All right, so he's that. What else we needed? No, I can't do the chart, can I? Let's see. Yeah, well, I'll just do that. I'll just do that for now. So I'll add another text, and y'all can see what the loopbacks are, right? So loopback 10 is going to be 10.10.10.3/25. Loopback 20 is going to be 10.20.20.3/28. And then loopback 30 is going to be 10.30. I'm not going to do this very often, y'all. I'm just doing this for anybody that ain't got the book. 3/31, right? Do I want to do normal? I'm going to do it in bold so y'all can see. Make the font a little bit bigger. And we'll do 16. All right. So that's those loopbacks. Let's change him to... How do I fix this guy? I want to make that... Let's make that a little bit bold too. And then how do I make the font bigger? Android. Look at that, man. Okay, I'll just make him bold. Whatever. Edit. You can't make the font bigger in here, can you? Huh? All right, bold. We'll go with that for now. All right. All right, so let's do the IP addressing. Router 1, I'm consoled into him already, right? And there you go. And click no. Okay, good catch, Android, on that, because as you can see, I was using the native console or the HTML console. He said, if you want to use secure CRT with Chrome, you need to edit something in Chrome. I forgot, so it uses default every time. I had that challenge with Eve NG. Oh my God, he is using Eve. Yes, Kobe, I am using Eve, man. I'm breaking out of my shell here instead of using my hardware. Let me click no for this guy. Right, but yes, it is using Eve. What happened was at the beginning of the console, when you're logging into it, I was changing it to HTML5 where I needed to do the native console, and that allows me to use secure CRT. That is the native, I guess, application that I'm using on my PC. So we'll start with router 1. We got all these CPU hog messages. I don't like that. Change the host name, right? Host name is R1. Oh Jesus. Don't do me like that. Host name. Oh, Jesus. R1. Look at how this guy is moving. Interface GI00. His IP address is 172.16.1.1/26, which is 255.255.255. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. This ain't gonna last very long until we figure something out with this. /26 is, what is that? 224? That correct? So it's gonna be 192, 224. No, it's not. /24 would have been was 0. /25 is 128. Is 192. So, oh come on, man. Let me do that over again. We need to do the logging console too. Jesus, logging logging synchronous. Do the right line console 0. Y'all see how it breaks up my typing? That's what you got to type in to fix that, right? So that way it ain't going all over your typing, right? So now, interface GI00. Geez, I'm still on the freaking IP address in here. 172.16.1.1, 255.254. No shut that bad boy, right? We show our work with show protocols. All right, 172.16.1.1/27. That is wrong. So we need to make it 192. Oh, I said 192, but I put it 224. So let's go back over there. The IP address I think is 192. Know your subnetting, guys. You see what the hell I'm doing here? Interface GI 00. He's 192. Right now we'll do a show protocols. Check our work. He's 172.16.1.1/26. All right, that is correct, right? Jeez, we haven't even gotten to the damn ACLs yet, right? Y'all see where this is headed. Let's go to router 3. Change him to a host name R3. We're gonna work on the physical interface, this guy right here, and then we're gonna do the IP addressing for the loopbacks back here, right? Basically, we're gonna have this router. I think he's gonna try to reach these loopbacks, right? But we're gonna filter which ones we can get to and which ones we can't get to. Here's another thing I don't really like about secure CRT. I mean secure or even G. I'm not gonna be able to do my annotations and stuff like that. Y'all know I like doing that. Interface GI 00. He said, how much is secure CRT? I have a site license with my job. Jason and Indra got a correct 192. I was using the wrong subnet mask. Thank you guys. Interface GI 00. His IP address is 172.16.1.2/26 is same thing, right? So 255.255.255.192. So shout out to Jason and Indra for that. Y'all see I can't think straight right now with Eve and G. This just got me all discombobulated over here. No shut, right? Let's show our work. Show protocols. He is 172.16.1.2/26, right? That guy right there. Now let's do these loopbacks. And then I guess we'll have them ping, right? To test, right? So go global config mode. Interface loopback 10. His IP address is 10.10.10.3/25 subnet, which is .128. Right, 128. I thought I fixed that part right there. It's still going over what I'm typing there. Oh, I did it on router 1. That's why. Jesus. Line console. You see how this broke my typing and stuff, right? You do line console 0, right? Because you're in the console. You're consoled into the switch or the router, right? To fix that problem, you got to do logging synchronous on the line console 0, right? Now it's gonna type whatever I type and make sure it's synchronized. So one log message will be up here, and what I'm typing is down here. It's gonna break that, so it's not all together like this right here, right? Gave you a message in the middle of my typing, right? Interrupting me. To fix that, you do logging synchronous, right? So now, did we do loopback? We didn't fix the loopback. We got to fix that IP address. Interface loopback 10. His IP address again is 10.10.10.3. Oh, I did do him, right? Did I? Did not. All right. So 10.3, 255.255.255.128. What else? Loopback 20. So interface loopback 20. His IP address is 10.10.10. No, that's wrong. 10.20.20.3/28 subnet. He said, what is everyone in the chat doing? CCNA, CCNP would love to. Yeah, man, I would love to know what everybody is doing, man. Like I said, when I started this channel, I was studying for the CCNP exam. And then I started it right when I was starting the route exam. Because I just passed switch, and then I started taking route, and I was like, damn, this is a lot of topics here, man, and it's really tough, right? But I read somewhere that if you're able to teach the topics you learn, then that's how you understand it at a deeper level. Hence the reason why I started a YouTube channel. Took route, like, I failed it twice, then finally passed it, and then I didn't have time to take T-shoot, right? And then now, I just started going back to the fundamentals, because I felt like there was a lot of gaps in my knowledge. So I'm going back studying the CCNA, going back and teaching the fundamentals that I know and stuff like that. And then I'm going to be studying for the CCNP again. And then that's why I have these little study plans, right? Which I'm going to be sharing with you guys. If you are not in Discord server, let me go ahead and give you guys an invite. And then when I'm done with that chart or that Excel spreadsheet, you'll be able to, I'll share that with you guys, right? So let's go back to Eve. Go back to Secure CRT. All right, so he is 10.20.23. His subnet mask is /255.255.255. He says /28, so that means it's 240. And then finally, loopback 30, interface loopback 30, right? His IP address is 10.30.30.3/31. That's an interesting subnet. So 255.255.255. And my boss was just talking about this too. He was just like, I hate those lab books because they be trying to give you all these funky subnet masks and shit like that. And they just like throwing you off when you're just trying to learn a specific topic. Like, just work with easy subnets like 20, like /24, /16 and stuff like that, right? You want to learn that topic, right? But then these funky subnet masks, it just kind of throws you off and stuff like that. So, yes, it's good to kind of like challenge our mind and stuff like that, but when you're trying to learn a specific topic, just keep it straight, man. Anyway, /31 would be a not 252, but 254, right? 254. Haven't seen that one in a while. See, he doesn't like that. He don't like that. So let's see. We got to fix that problem. I think because this is a, oh, that's just a warning. See, look at that. I knew it was funky. He says, warning, use /31 mask on non-point-to-point interface cautiously. You see, and it's just like what my boss said too. Don't be working with these funky subnet masks, man. Work with like /24, /252, or /252, what was I thinking? /30 subnets. This is a point-to-point network. We should be working with a /30 to learn what we need to learn, right? But for some reason, he just wants to put this huge address space. Shout out to Paul Browning in his book and stuff like that, but it's like, come on, man. All right, let's show our work with show protocols. Then we're going to ping across real quick, just the basic connectivity. See if we got that going, right? So he is 10.10.3/25, right? That's correct. 10.20.23/28, that's correct. And then 10.30.33/31, that is correct, even though it's funky. And 172.16.1.2, that is that, correct. So I'm just going to have router 1. Let me see what task 2 was. We needed to do some clocking because we had serial interfaces, but we're using even G, which I don't think supports serial interfaces, which is old anyway. So we don't have to worry about the clocking. So task 2 was the clocking, the IP addressing, configure a static default route. So we got to configure a static default route from here to there. I believe we're going to do the same thing back, right? All right, so let's do a static default route. We're going to go to router 1, pointing to router 3 over the serial interface connection. Similar to yesterday's lab, right? So we're going to say IP routes, quad 0, right? And we're going to say any unknown traffic that comes in, send it out of GI00. That's what we're saying with this. So in this case, GI00, press enter, right? And here's another thing too. Default with a default route without a gateway, if not point-to-point interface, may impact performance. Well, guess what? This is a point-to-point network, right? We have 1 point here and 1 point there, which is why they should have used the /30 subnet, but whatever the fuck. Show IP route to say if we have, this is our default route right here. Right, really similar to yesterday's lab. And then he said, configure the loopback interfaces specified in the diagram, which we did right there. Configure router 3 to allow telnet sessions. So we got to go to router 3, bloop, right, and have him to have telnet configured on it. So if you don't know how to do telnet or configure telnet, you can watch. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat room. We got a lot of smart people in the chat room that can help out too. So we got to go to the VTY lines, line VTY 0 through, I like to do 15. And then to allow telnet, we say transport input telnet, right? By default, it's probably transport input all, which means it will allow telnet and SSH. But they said specifically telnet, so that's why we changed it to that. What else? We got to do a password of all caps Cisco. So password, all caps Cisco. And I know we got my man, Professor Black Ops is probably cringing right now with this easy ass password, right? And we're using telnet. He's rolling in his grave right now. And then we want to put in login, right? That's going to prompt for a username and password, or a password rather, right? What else they want us to do here? To test connectivity, telnet from router 1 to router 3. So we're going to telnet from router 1 to router 3. Loopback 10, 20, and 30's interfaces. So we're going to telnet from router 1 to router 3 going to the loopback 10, and then we're going to telnet to loopback 20, and then telnet to loopback 30, right? So we'll try that from loopback router 1 just to test it, right? That's task 4. We only got 6 tasks, so I guess what's that, 66% done already? We should be able to knock this out. Telnet into well, first let's just do a basic ping right now, right? We're gonna ping router 1 to that interface right there. It should work, right? Because we got a physical cable between the two, right? 172.16.1.2. Do we got a reply? Probably not. You know why? Y'all know why, right? Oh, we do got a reply. Okay, I thought it was down. We did no shut it. All right, good. I was about to say. We'll ping it again because we want to see 100%, right? Good. We want to see 5 exclamation points, right? So now, let's go ahead and telnet to the loopbacks, like we said we was going to do, right? Telnet into 10.10.10.3. Trying. We got a reply, or we're getting prompted for the password, right? We said the password was all caps Cisco. and now we're telnetting into router 3, right? So we're in router 1, we telnet into router 3, and we're into it remotely, right? So we're gonna do the same thing with 20 and 30, right? Which we're pretty sure is gonna work, but we gotta test anyway, all right? Always verify, and then when you're done, run some show commands and verify it again, just like my boss says. 1020, 20.3, trying. Damn, this shit's slow. I need a server, y'all. All caps Cisco. Y'all run with that like button though, man. Run with that like button, man. Help a brother out, man. Give me some super chats or something so I can buy me a damn server. Let's telnet in the router. Loopback 30 now. Telnet. So that worked, right? Y'all see that? That worked, right? Telnet in the 10.30.30.3. Trying. Kevin said he's studying for an RC. I passed Encore in previous 2. Yes, that's right. I remember you mentioned that. I want to say last week, right? So, congrats on that pass. Kevin, like I said, I'm going to be sharing these study plans that I have, right? I have one for Encore that I'm in the middle of filling out and stuff like that, and another chart for an RC. As you can see, I already got all the YouTube videos for an RC. Yeah, I combed YouTube. Yes, and saw, yeah, man, there's actually some better teachers than the NetworkBruh. And they got some pretty good labs and good examples of these topics. So, for example, EIGRP stubs. I have this example from who? IP Expert. That's actually a vendor. Somebody just uploaded it to YouTube, but oh well. We gonna get it anyway, right? So I'll share that with you guys when I'm done with it, right? What else were we at? Bring up the topology again. Where's he at? Where's he at? Oh, because I closed this. This was when I had the other one. Give me a second. Give me a second. Bring that back. Bring that back. Bring that beat back. All right, boom. All right, so we telnetted it into it. That's a verb now. I reckon loopbacks should just be /32. You would think. You would think. You would think. But like I said, it's funny. And this is why I like my boss too. He actually, y'all remember that lab we did last night, right? I had some questions about the static route labs, and I was just like, I don't understand why this part right here, right? And I was explaining that to my boss last night. He was like, well, show me the lab you're talking about, right? Because I was explaining it to him, and now we had a Zoom session, and then I showed him the lab. He was like, oh, this should be simple enough. And then he explained to me why some things were working, some things were working, why I need to try not to use default routes, be more specific with our static routes. So with us playing with static routes and stuff like that, it really helps us out with routing because we're manually doing things. Like, yes, EIGRP and OSPF, those are more complex routing protocols and stuff like that. But for us to understand the core of routing, working with static routes is great for us. So keep working with it and stuff like that. At first I was just like, but this ain't, BGP, right? If we understand how static route works and how to manipulate traffic with static routes, that is the core of routing. So y'all keep doing that with me. And like I was saying, yeah, so he helped me out with that. And that was awesome that he said that. And like you said about these, like you would think these loopbacks, these are networks we're trying to reach. Why didn't he just make them /32 and make them host addresses? No, he wanted to be all funky and put all these crazy subnet masks. That's not what we came for. We came to actually learn about ACLs and blocking telnet traffic with them, right? But whatever. So we tested basic connectivity. We telnetted from router 1 to router 3's loopback 10, 20, and 30. So that was task 4. Now we're on task 5 out of 6. Create an extended ACL named telnet out on router 1. So we got to go to router 1, right? Go to router 1. And he said create an extended ACL. So we got to go global config mode, right? And if you don't know how to do an ACL, now you'll know, right? An extended ACL. What's the difference between a standard and an extended? With standard, we can only filter the source, where it's coming from, right? That's how I remember it. S and standard, right? Is it destination or source? I think it's source. You can only change the source, where it's coming from. With extended, we can filter or modify the source, where the traffic is coming from, the destination, where it's going to, and also the protocol. So we can say, allow only telnet traffic or block all ICMP traffic, ping traffic, right? We can block www or HTTP traffic, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you can it's more granular, and we can do more things with extended access control lists, right? And the way we do that is IP access list, and then a named one rather, access list, right? And we say extended, we question mark, you'll see we can either put a number or a name. They said to name it, and he said name it all caps, telnet-out. Telnet -out, right? We press enter. That puts us in named ACL mode. right? Just like yesterday's lab, right? So now we just have different rules we're going to apply on this ACL. And this rule, he said, this ACL should deny all, that tells us right there, deny. So that's the first key we got to do, deny, right? Now what? He says it should deny all telnet traffic to the 10.10.10.0/25 subnet. So where's that at? That is this right here, loopback 10. So when we try to telnet into loopback 10, deny it. That's what we're saying with this rule right here of the access controller. So deny all telnet. Well, if I do, we got to do the protocol here, right? So if I do telnet, it's not gonna take it, right? Not gonna take it. So we got to say deny TCP traffic, and then we'll define the telnet later. Source, where's this coming from? He said deny all telnet traffic to 10.10.10. So the source, he didn't specify, so we say any in this case, right? Any, right? Destination. Destination. We said to the 10.10.0 subnet. So it's not going to be a host. We're going to say 10.10.10. So that means any traffic, any telnet traffic going to the 10.10.10.0 subnet, not that specific host, .3, but any traffic to this subnet is going to get blocked. Any telnet traffic. That makes sense? Any questions or anything like that so far? Y'all let me know. There's no such thing as a dumb question. There's a lot of smart people in the chat room that can help out if I can't get to it, because y'all know I'm trying to lab over here, look at the chat room, hit the bruh sounds, look at this book all at the same time. So I'm multitasking like 4 times here. So if I can't get to the chat, there's some smart people that can answer it, right? So we said 10.10.10.0 subnet. The subnet mask is /25, but with ACLs, we're wildcard mask. So 000 dot, I believe it's 127, right? Yes. Y'all know with my mental math, I suck at it, right? So 255 minus, what is that? Minus 128. Yeah, so that should be 127, right? So the wildcard mask is 128. What else we want to do here? Now we can say the protocol equals, we're going to say telnet, and then we're going to log that traffic, right? Even though he didn't answer. But we're going to do that for Professor Black Ops since STIGs require us to log our ACLs, right? What does the logs do? It basically, when we have traffic that matches a rule in our ACL, it's going to send us a message, be like, hey, look, we allow this traffic, or we denied this traffic, right? So it's kind of like that doorbell, you know, your little door, you know, the little button, the little new doorbells that came out, right? The ring doorbell, right? Let us know, right? So it gives us an alert. So I think that should be good enough for that rule. Press enter. I think that rule should do it. Deny all telnet traffic. This rule is going to say to deny TCP. What kind of TCP traffic? We'll get to that later. Deny any from anywhere to this network 10.10.10.0 with the wildcard mask of /120/25, right? This right here. And we say equals. We could put either the port number or the type of protocol it is. So port number 23 or telnet, right? And then log that traffic when we got a match, right? We show our work with show IP access list, and we'll see right there. That's the name of the rule, right? We appended a 10 to that to let us know that's the sequence number, right? We're going to go in this order when we read this ACL. Rule number 10. After that's going to be rule number 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, etc., etc., etc. That's how it works by default. Deny, and then the same thing rule I say right here, right? So now, do we want to test it? Task 6 was to test it, but I like to test in the middle of my work, right? Let's do that anyway, right? Remember last time we was able to telnet to loopback 10. Now let's see if we can do that. Telnet 10.10.10.3. Well, here's the thing, though. Y'all remember yesterday, Kevin said that any traffic that is generated from this, where did we do that rule? What was that rule supposed to be on? Yes, it was supposed to be on router 1. It was supposed to be on router 1. So now we have traffic that is being generated out of this router, and when we go to do that, is he going to block it? Let's see, because it's being generated by this router. So let's see, telnet to that, it still allowed us to go through. It still allowed us to go through. It should have denied it. So my thing is, if I create a PC and then behind it and then try to telnet, or put another device and then try to telnet to it, will it block it then? right? Because remember yesterday we had this problem, but we had traffic generated from the router and then tried to do it. It should not block it. It's traffic that is generated from somewhere back here and then try to go through that ACL. Unless we put the ACL on router 3. So, but he said to put the ACL. Oh, we didn't apply it. Duh. We didn't apply it. Let's do that. Remember, when you create the ACL, you got to apply it. So let's do that. Let's see that. Configure terminal. We're gonna apply it to GI00. Let's see what he said to put it on. Apply this ACL to the Telnet lines. That is what I'm missing. So this right. Apply this ACL to the Telnet lines on router 1 for outbound Telnet traffic originated from the router. That is the reason why. Y'all see that? Pete S said, I reckon, no. He said, did you apply the ACL? Good question, Jason. I didn't. Wildcard is set to 127 instead of 128 instead of 127. Did I do that? Let's see. I did. I put 128. I was supposed to put 127. Good catch. So let's fix that. Good catch. Let's do that. So we'll fix that, and then we'll continue with the rules. Go to global config mode. IP access list. Extended. We said the name of it was Telnet out. So all caps Telnet. Good catch for all of this, y'all. This is why I like fucking with y'all, man. Telnet out, right? And then we say no 10 to remove that rule. Put that rule back. We're gonna fix this. It was supposed to. I did the math and said 127, but I typed 128. So see there. We gotta be careful with our work here, right? Press that, right? So that rule should be that. Now let's continue with that rule or with that ACL, right? Go back to this ACL. Right, go back to this ACL. We'll continue with another rule. Permit Telnet traffic to 10.20.20. So we're going to allow Telnet traffic to loop back 20, basically, right? And deny Telnet to 10.30.30. So we're going to permit this, deny that. All right, so now we got to do a permit rule. No, yes, permit. What we're we Telnet. So TCP. They didn't say the source, so we say any. What is it? 10.20.20. Did he say .0? Yes, .0 / 28 subnet. So we work with wildcard masks, which means it should be 15. I know that one by heart, right? Equals. I'm gonna put a 23 there, right, for port 23, right, just to mix it up, right? Log that traffic. Let's look at our work so far. Actually, let's do one more rule. That last rule, which is to apply or deny Telnet to the 10.30.30. So deny Telnet to loopback 30, right? Deny TCP any 10.30.30.0 subnet / 29, which is .1, right? Because it would be 255 minus 254 in this case. So I believe it's .1 equals 23. Log that traffic. Now let's look at our work, right? Show IP access list. So now our access list is going to deny this, which should be for loopback 10. The second one's going to permit loopback 20. And then the third one should theoretically deny the Telnet traffic to loopback 30, right? And then he says to apply this ACL to the Telnet lines. Shout out to Jason for that. I forgot to apply it. To the Telnet lines on router 1 for outbound Telnet traffic originated from the router. And this is where the difference between yesterday's lab and today. This is going to be blocking traffic originated from the router, right? So let me see. Pete said yes on the equals 23. The running config will list it as Telnet, though, even though you type in 23. Yep. Notice that. Did you apply the ACL? Jason, no, I didn't. And then Jason on the ball. Yes, correct. So now we created this ACL, right? Now we got to apply it. So it's kind of like, remember the bouncer at the nightclub. He has the RSVP list. He has 3 exits to his nightclub, right? But he's going to apply this rule to 1 door, basically. So now let's go ahead and do that. They set to the VTY line. So go to global config mode, line, VTY, 0 through 15. This is going to be all the VTY lines, right? Now we're going to say IP. No, it's actually just access class. Right, so on physical interfaces, when we apply a rule, we do IP access group and then the name of the ACL. With VTY lines, you do access class, and then the name of the rule. So the name of the rule was what? Telnet out, right? Because I'm too lazy to type it, so I'm gonna put it in my clipboard and then right click it, Telnet out, right? And then we're gonna say what we say, inbound or outbound. Obviously outbound, right? Why? Because this is gonna be traffic that's gonna be originating from the router going outbound of router 1. So this is Telnet traffic. We need to apply it outbound, right? That's what they said? Yes. Telnet, to apply this ACL to the Telnet lines on router 1 for outbound Telnet traffic originated from the router. So now we type in the word in, right? Our question mark should show you, right? You can do either filter incoming connections or outgoing connections. This is obviously outgoing connections, right? Out, press enter. We can show our work with show. This I can't remember. How to check the ACL is applied to the VTY lines. I know how to check it in the show run by doing show run and then pipe section line. We do that, we'll see the ACL is applied to the VTY lines that way. If anybody else knows another way to verify that it's been applied to the VTY lines, please let me know. But this is how I know to check it. Y'all know I try to stay away from show run. Y'all want me that like button? Make sure y'all join that Discord server. Hit me with a subscribe. This is the first time you tuned in too. So now, let's go ahead and test all this, right? Task 6, which is the final task. Test your ACL configurations. Hopefully we ain't got no troubleshooting to do. If not, then we'll fix it and break it. Telnet from router 1 to router 3's loopback 10, 20, and 30 interfaces. If your ACL configurations are correct, only telnetting from router 3's loopback 20 should work. Interesting. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, telnet from router 1. The telnet from router 1. That, man, listen. This dude got so many typos. Y'all read this. I mean, for anybody that got the book, read task number 6. Read task number 6. For anybody that got the book. Task number 6, page 532. He says, to test your ACL configurations, telnet from router 1, from router 3. What the hell is from to from? Like, does he mean from router 1 to router 3? I'm assuming that's what he's saying. From router 1 to router 3. Loopback 10, 20, and 30 interfaces. If your ACL configurations are correct, only telnetting from router 3's loopback 20 should work. I think he meant only telnetting to router 3's loopback 20 should work. So I'm gonna put this guy. Bloop. Oh, you can't do that, can you? So pretty much, come on, man. Let's edit that. See, you can't even do all of that. You can't even do that. I wanted to test. All right, so let's get rid of that. Either way, loopback 20s should work only. Cancel that, man. What is all of this, man? Get out of here. All right, so when we telnet in loopback 10, it should be blocked. Telnet in loopback 20, it should work. Telnet in loopback 30, it should be blocked, right? Basically. So, let's go ahead and do that, right? So, telnet, pray to the network gods to 10.10.10.3. It worked. That is not good. So, let's see. What do we need to fix here? And if we didn't do this correctly, we can look at the solution guide in the book and see what we did wrong here, right? So, and in case you are just tuning in, this is the book we're using. LiveLabs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from LiveLabs.net. It's authored by this guy named Paul Browning and co-authored by Farad Tafal, who's a double CCIE. There's also a link in the description box below if you want to get the book as well. But as you can see here, telnetting in the loopback 10 worked, and that's not good. So let's try this. Let's try to telnet in the loopback 20 real quick and see if that works. I'm assuming that it's going to probably work for all of them. Let's see. Telnet and the 10.20.20.3. That worked. And then try to telnet in the loopback 30. Cause see, let's see. Yep. I'm assuming all of these rules should have been on here though. Should have been on router 3 inbound. But I'm gonna look at the solution guide to see what he did. He said, "Yep, fat typo." Yeah, that was definitely a typo because obviously grammatically don't make sense what he says. Quick research: there is nothing other than show run for the VTY access list. You can make an alias though, like show VTY ACL. That's a good tip. And I think in the next lab he goes over aliases. Type password, maybe it will show permissions denied. There is an alias lab. Yes, exactly what you said. There's an alias lab coming up. Jason said probably going to work on all of them. This probably where you need the host. Let's see. Yeah. Agreed. But he did say subnets. He didn't say specifically 10.10.3, blah, 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 blah. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to see what he did in the solution guide, see if he did anything differently. If not, then I'm going to try to do it, make it work the way I think it should work. So let's try to telnet into loopback 30 real quick. Let's see. So telnet, it's probably going to work like you said, 10.30.30.3. That obviously worked. So no, this ain't good. All caps, Cisco. So none of this shit worked, right? Let's get it out of that. And let's do a show IP access list and see if anything matched. Nothing. So none of our traffic matched. So let's see here. Let's show IP route. Let's look at our routing table real quick. We don't even have a route to those loop. Well, we do have routes to those loopbacks, obviously, because we have a static route, a default route rather. Let's see. I'm gonna look in the book and see what he did differently. Let's see what he did differently. Y'all see, this is why I'm going back to the fundamentals. This is definitely something I need to work with. He did the IP addressing just like we did. He put in the VTY lines on router 1. He put a password in the router 1. And then, yeah, he telnetted from router 1 into the loopbacks. That worked. And then task 5 is what we needed to see. Deny traffic to that subnet. He did the 10.10.0. Let's see. He didn't do a host. He did from any on all of them. And then the subnet masks. Let me look at and he did them all on router 1. So that so far everything I did is exactly how he did it. Let's see what he did. He said IP. Oh, he did IP any. That is what he didn't specifically do telnet. Interesting. So this is what he did differently. I am blocking specifically telnet, or thought I was blocking specifically telnet. And then he did deny and permit IP traffic. So let's change this ACL altogether and see and do it exactly how he did it. Subnet masks and all of that was correct, except for that last one. He did 10.30.30.000.7 for that last one. That's interesting too. That's interesting too. So we definitely applied it to the correct VTY lines. All right, so let's see. He said probably going to work. Okay, so this is what he did, right? Y'all see how I did TCP traffic and then named the protocol here, right? Instead of doing that, he did deny IP any. So that's going to block all the traffic pretty much. With this one, we're permitting. Let me see. He said permit. What he did. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right lab too. Yeah, he permitted IP traffic. Any. And then denied any on the other one. All right, so let's do that. We're gonna change this ACL. The only thing that's wrong is with our ACLs here, obviously, what we came to do. So let's do this. I'm gonna go back into that ACL, right? So access lists, extended, telnet, so all caps, telnet -OUT, right? It's all good though, right? So no 10, that's gonna erase all of this, right? No 20, and then no 30, right? If we do a show IP access list, we'll see there's nothing on our access control list. So we're basically going to rewrite our rules, right? So now I'm going to say he did this. Deny IP and then any 10.10.10.0 subnet 000. He said 127. Is that what he did? Just like we did. Yes. 000 127, right? 127. Same thing on the other one. We're changing the TCP to IP traffic. That should encompass all traffic, not just limited to telnet, right? So IP any 10 0.20.20.0 subnet 0.0.15. Let me see, is that what I had? Yes, 15. And then I'm gonna log it. I'm gonna log this one, right? That's gonna let us know that it was that was loud. Now the other one, the last one was to deny IP any 10.30.30.0 subnet, and then his wildcard mask was 0007. Why? Because let me see, the ACL, the subnet mask was .31. /31. So let's see. Yeah, it was /31. So I don't understand why that last one is .7. Yeah, I think that's a typo. Because if y'all look, page 531, he says loopback 30 is, the IP address is 10.30.30.3/31. But in the solution guide, he put in his remark, deny traffic to 10.30.30.0/29. So, couple typos in this book. I like this book, but he just got some typos in here. It's all good though. We're gonna work with what he had. .7, whatever. Log that traffic, right? Show IP access list, and then we'll test it, right? Splash Waves beats in the building. That's blocking way more than Telnet. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking, Jason. This is blocking just more than Telnet. It encompasses the entire IP, how do I say, not family, but protocols. Everything that falls under IP, everything under the sun, right? We Google that real quick, right? You'll see what falls under IP traffic. IP Wikipedia, right? What falls under that? IP Wikipedia, right? There it is right there. IP address? No, we wanted IP Wikipedia. Not IP address. Y'all know what it is. Where we at? That's not what I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at that. Nope, not that. Go back. IP Wikipedia, Internet Protocol. That's it right there. That's what I was looking for. So not only are we going to be blocking Telnet traffic, we blocking all this shit right here. The entire Internet Protocol suite. That's exactly what I was trying to say. So not only are we blocking the Telnet traffic, we're blocking all this shit right here. So that's why I'm like, why would he want to do that when he said specifically Telnet? Whatever. We'll go with that anyway, right? Let's go back. Let's test that out now. So from router 1, Telnet and router loopback 10, Telnet and loopback 20, Telnet and loopback 30. I'm not going let's pray to the network gods. 10.10.10.3. That allowed us to go through. And we're not getting a log message. I don't like this. We definitely applied it to the ACL. Applied the ACL to the VTY lines. Exit out of this. That definitely worked. Let's see. Can we even ping it? Can we ping it? We can ping it, obviously, because ping.10.10.10.3. That still allowed that. Something is wrong here. Let me apply it to the physical GI00 interface. I'm going to try that. Let's see here. He says, task 5 says /29. It's confusing if it's a typo in task 5. And the solution says because the loopback is /31. Yes, I know. He got a couple typos in this book. Y'all know as much as I promote this book, man, there are a couple typos in this, but you know what? Even Cisco presses guides, the official cert guides, there's a lot of typos in those books as well, right? That's why they allow you to submit errata, because they know that there's a lot of this stuff can slip through the cracks. You have, not only do you have technical writers, but you also have people that look for the grammatical mistakes, right? The people that know the technical shit about it, but there's all the people that know how to read English better than the technical people. So they got to work in conjunction with each other to get these books and pass them out, so and sell them and stuff like that. But obviously, there's just gonna be mistakes that's just gonna slip through the cracks. But it is what it is, and obviously, this is fucking up our labs. But we're gonna try to work with this. I'm gonna try to make this shit work. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Yes, there's a couple typos in this lab right here, man. There's 101 labs in this book. For the most part, there haven't been that many typos. This is one of them, and there's a couple of them in this lab right here. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to make this work, right? We're gonna do this. I'm gonna apply the ACL to the GI00 interface, the physical interface, and see if that works, right? let's go to global config mode. Do show run line section VTY, right? We know we applied the access control list where we applied it to the VTY lines, outbound. So that definitely worked, right? Telnet hyphen out. That was the name of it, right? Is that what the name of it is? Yes. And we did it outbound on the VTY lines. For some reason, it didn't work. We even put in the exact thing in the solution guide, and the shit still didn't work. So, Paul Browning, if you're watching, the bonus lab number B. I know it was towards the tail end of this book, and you was just fucking tired of writing, but still, man, work with us here. We need to fix that. So, I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna apply it on a physical interface, GI00. See if that works. If not, then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna apply the VTY. I'm gonna apply that ACL to router 3, and see if that works, and do it inbound. Because they usually say when you create access control lists, well, it depends. They say put it closest to the destination as possible, right? Let's see here. Try this. IP access list extended block telnet, and then he said deny TCP any. Yeah, that should work. But you know, I'm going exactly. I didn't want to deviate from the lab, but at this point, we're gonna have to deviate from the lab. We'll probably try that though. Is this another originating on a router issue? I thought so too, Pete. But he even says, Pete, on task number 5, task 5, the last sentence. Apply this ATL to the telnet lines on router 1 for outbound telnet traffic originated from the router. So that is kind of like, you know, you thought that was the same problem. I thought it was the same problem as yesterday, but no, he says that it should work specifically from traffic that originated from the router. It is what it is. This is what I'm gonna do. Let me go to the VTY lines, right? VTY 0 through 15. I want to try to do another lab, but man, with all these damn typos he put in here, no access class, telnet hyphen out. So we're moving that. We got to put in out to remove it. And now I'm going to apply it to the GI00 interface. I'm going to do that. Interface GI00. We're going to do it outbound from there. But then again, we're going to run into that issue where it's telnet traffic going outbound. Then after that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a device here and see if that works for traffic that's not originating from the router, and see if that works, right? Just to finagle this lab, right? IP access group. We said the name of the ACL is telnet hyphen out, and then we're gonna apply it outbound. And now let's see if we can ping 10.10.10.3. We can still. We're not getting a log. Can we ping 10.20.23 and 20.20.3? That worked. So applying it to the GI00 interface didn't work either, because this is telnet traffic, or this is traffic that's originating from the router. Y'all got any other ideas? I know Endrit says that that's a really blanketed ACL that we can use and specifically block anything and allowing anything. That should work. But yeah, let's just go ahead and do that, I guess. I tried to do it exactly how he did it in the. I even used the solution that he put in the book, and that didn't even work. So instead of adding another device and trying to test it that way, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put that rule. I'm gonna put that ACL and put it on router 3 and do it inbound. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try that. See, now we're going off the rails with this lab. We kind of finagling it now, but it is what it is, because he fucked up this book anyway, man. Got me over here teaching people how to use promoting his book and stuff like that, and it's all fucked up, but it's all good, man. That's just that lab. I'm gonna put that exact rule, right? Bloop, just like this right here. We're gonna get rid of this. All right, we're gonna put that exact rule. No, but see, I didn't want IP. Well, yeah, we'll do that anyway. I'm gonna put it on router 3 and see if this works. Right? We're gonna do this. Enable global config mode. IP access list. I'm putting the same rules we put on router 3. On router 1. We're gonna put it on. We put them on router 1 and put those rules on router 3 and see if it works that way, right? IP access list. Oh, y'all go ahead and fix it up and how y'all want to fix it and see if you can get it to work for, allow or block Telnet to loopback 10, allow Telnet to loopback 20, and block Telnet to loopback 30. You could use the blanketed rule that Indrid put in the chat there. That should definitely work because it's like an easy access control list that you could just, it should specifically work for that. But I was just trying to do it exactly how the book did it. So IP access list extended. We're saying Telnet. We're gonna say Telnet -n, right? And then what is the ACLs gonna be? All of this right here. Right? And then what am I going to do? Let's try and test it. I guess we can test it now, right? Can I ping 10.10.10. Oh, I didn't apply it yet. Let's apply it. Let's apply it. Apply it to GI00. No, let's apply it to the VTY lines. Global config mode, line, VTY 0 through 15, access group, or access class rather, Telnet -n, right? Inbound, and now I'll go to router 1 and try to Telnet into those 3 loopbacks respectively. Well, I'm gonna ping it first. 10.10.3, that worked. Let's see, did he get a log? Nope. Can he ping 10.20.23? 10.20.20.3, that worked. Did he get a log? No, he didn't. And then I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put it. That's probably gonna work too. So, but I'll do it anyway. Ping 10.30.30.3. That worked. Okay, that's fine. So let me take that and put it on the Control A. No, this. I'm gonna put it on the physical interface. So interface GI00. I'm gonna say IP access group. The name of the rule was Telnet -n inbound. Right, so, right, that was the name of it? Yeah, Telnet inbound. And now, try to ping 10.10.10.3. Blocking. All right. This is what I was looking for. So now, and did we get a log? No, I didn't put a log there. I didn't put the log keyword there, remember? That first rule didn't have a log. So this one, we should be able to at least ping, right? So we should be able to ping loopback 20. So ping 10.20.20.3. That worked, obviously. And now if we try to ping loopback 30, 10.30.30.3, that should be blocked, right? That blocked. So it worked exactly how I thought it would work. I don't know what the hell Paul Brown was thinking when he wrote this lab. It is what it is. I don't know. Maybe there was something he did, man. Like I said, it was towards the tail end of this book, and he just got tired of writing. So now let's try to do this Telnet now. I'm gonna try to Telnet into loopback 10 now. So I'm gonna try to Telnet from router 1 to loopback 10, right? Telnet 10.10.10.3. Destination reachable. Good. So now we're gonna try to Telnet into loopback 20. Telnet 10.20. Oops. 20.20.20.3. That worked. Obviously, good to go. All caps Cisco. That worked. Exit out of that. And now I'm gonna try to Telnet from router 1 to loopback 30. Right? So now Telnet 10.30.30.3 and that blocked. So that worked exactly how I thought it would work. I really don't know, man. Paul Browning, man. For y'all that's just watching, man, still, man, still go get this book, man. You know, one-on-one labs, maybe that one lab that he was talking about, it was the one that he said was fucked up. He just kind of like threw that in there, right? But it is what it is, man. This is a good book. For the most part, I say 95% of it is accurate. One-on-one Labs, Cisco CCNA version 4. You can copy this from oneononelabs.net. There is a link in the description box, right? It is an affiliate link, so if y'all get it from there, it'll take you to Amazon, and you can get it from Amazon Prime and get that book shipped to you really quickly. Plus, I get commission if you get it from there. It's authored by this guy named Paul Browning, who really got tired at lab number 101. It's actually bonus lab number B, or letter B rather. It's co-authored by Farad Tafa, who's a double CCIE. Experts agree that we retain only 10% of what we read, but 90% of what we do. And that's why I like this book, because, you know, when we're reading stuff like this theory, a lot of it doesn't really stick very often unless you're like hands-on with it and you're able to teach it, or if you're able to, you know, recall it really quickly. Most of us are kinesthetic learners, so we learn with hands-on, learn by doing, and that's the reason why you can put on there, learn by doing, because that's the best way to learn, in my opinion, and obviously his opinion. But y'all hit me with that like button. Y'all join that Discord server. I'm gonna share that spreadsheet that I was for my attack plan for the NRC exam. Where is that invite? There it is, right there. But yeah, go y'all see how I fixed it. I just kind of did it my way because, like I said, the book he just really steered us wrong. I really don't know what he was thinking when he wrote this part, but he said, "You sure, Paul Browning, you're not his alter ego." Man, I promise y'all, I am not trying to sell this book like I am him, and I got this mask on, right? Just some black guy in Florida that's trying to sell this book from him, right? But that's the Discord server. Like I said, I'm going to share these study plans with you guys when I'm done filling out this chart right here. Also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon. Like I said, I wanted to do a giveaway on the next milestone, which in my case is 5,000 subscribers, but that ain't shit, right? It's really when you get to like 10,000 or 100,000 and stuff like that. That's when you really got people watching you, stuff like that. Not that y'all not watching, but you know, that's the milestones that kind of like YouTube really pays attention to. But I will be doing a giveaway soon, and like I said, Boson gave me a lot of free material. Boson Net sent me, if y'all are familiar with that, right? Even Jeremy IT's lab, he gave away a lot of stuff. But like I said, the marketing manager gave me a lot of stuff that I'm going to be using. He gave me promotional stuff, and then I'm going to be giving that stuff away once I reach a specific milestone. Next time you guys want to follow along, like I said, get this book. We typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And sometimes I will do labs on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays. Fridays we'll do what's called Freestyle Fridays, where we take all the stuff we learn from Monday through Thursday and then try to create our own topology on Friday and just freestyle it, right? Hopefully we'll do something that's like not exactly like he did in Lab B, because he really fucked that shit up, man. A lot of mistakes there, and he just grammatical errors. It's just all kind of, it was all fucked up, but it is what it is, man. I like that book, man. But for now, comment, like, subscribe to the network.